Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing today? Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Thomas Wheeler, Fahid, Philly, Giovanni, Tom Selleck-Scout? How you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday, the best day of the week, besides the weekend. Best day of the work week. It is the middle. Tomorrow, it's all downhill. Very cool, very chill. Guys, Bitcoin currently trading at 107,596 and 8 cents. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Numbers have been down, but spirits have been up. We are ready. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Cleared out some liquidity to the downside. Now we got a big fat yellow guy up here. 109,320. 109,320. And then there's a couple below that, I suppose. I'll go right here. 108,662. And then the very bottom of that cloud up top, we got 108,087. And then down below, our liquidation's down here. I'm going to do the whole thing. 106,607. 106,607. And then the bottom of that guy goes all the way down. I'll go right here. 105,456. All right. KDA rugged. KDA gave up their, I don't know, their management or something was like, we can't do this anymore. And they left, and everybody else was like, neither can we. And they all left as well. It was kind of crazy, honestly. Kind of crazy. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see more and more of that. I really do. Tom Selleck's code said, market looks like Mr. Poopy Butthole. That's rude. It actually, I mean, to be fair, this is very Mr. Poopy Butthole shaped. For being real. I actually have a stuffed animal, Mr. Poopy Butthole. Philly said, spirits up, according to who? Me. I'm actually chill vibing. Billy said, KDA, is that still a thing? Not anymore. Giovanni said KDA news was crazy. JShear 2.0 said, man, crazy. Rip. All right, guys, smash the like button. Bitcoin, 59.96. Potentially, hopefully, rejecting 60 for the last time. Hopefully. We will see. We are at the top of our channel. So the potential is definitely there. We have, though, obviously, already in the past, on October 10th specifically, broken above this channel, so that's also a possibility. But I would love to see this reject and just start plummeting to the downside. Give us some juicy altcoin action and kind of humiliate all the bears that are fudding around like crazy. The bear population has increased exponentially for sure. Bitcoin itself down 0.65% on the day. We got a nice wick to the downside, which is indicative of some buy pressure. You guys know that. Indicative, one of my favorite words because it makes me sound very smart. My retrace target hit of 106, that's from probably like a month ago, so it's no longer really relevant. We did point out somebody in the chat a long time ago. I don't know if they've returned it. Was it Thomas Wheeler? It might have been you, Thomas Wheeler. Somebody pointed out a 786 from the all-time high long time ago, like maybe a month or two ago, was 74,000, or from the all-time high to 74.5. The 786 was 102,169, which coincidentally is almost exactly where this wick went down to on October 10th. So are we going to fill that wick? I did say after that happened that unfortunately I was thinking we would, we recover a little bit and then we chop down and fill the wick. And that's exactly what we've been doing. And that has been incredibly harmful, almost incendiary, another big word, to altcoins. So altcoins are definitely feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Can we get an altcoin recovery bounce? Are altcoins going to recover before Bitcoin? There's a million questions and unfortunately no answers. But I can tell you one thing. I can guarantee one thing. It is going to be entertaining. If you are already entertained. If you are already entertained by this, what remains is going to also be entertaining. What is this dent in my beard? It's driving me crazy. We got to do some manscaping, man. No matter how many times you trim and shape, it just kind of does what it wants. What is that? I have to I can only stream like this. Okay. We're getting distracted. Stop talking about my beard. You guys want to stop talking about my beard in the chat. Anyways, Bitcoin 107,638. I don't know. It seems like every time we chop, we get a nice upside push. We chopped here, upside push. We're chopping here. Are we going to get an upside push? But I am also still looking for that full, at least 4-hour candle closure around 102, 169 to get that wick filled. So there's a little catch-22 going on. Obviously, we'll see what comes of it. As of right now, there's a lot of doom in the air. Definitely a lot of doom in the air. ETH is down 1.88% on the day, seemingly rejecting 4K. We talked about that yesterday. Today, it still looks the same. We do have some nice wicks here too, though. A lot of wicks. The wicks again are indicative of some buying pressure, so people are scooping her up. Currently, it looks like a nice bounce off of 37, which is beautiful. It's getting really spicy here. Imagine everything turning green right before the close. You know how quick the sentiment would flip? The second we get a green day, it's bullish again. We're in the super cycle, extended cycle. It's going to 2026. We're all going to retire. People are pre-ordering their Lamborghinis. That's all it takes. Sentiment flips so fast. So you got to take that and apply it to the sentiment extremes. It's such a flamboyant reaction all the time. When it's like full doom, you know that it's just people overreacting. I also, really quick, I do want to point out, we've talked a lot about flavor of the week coins on this channel. And Aster was the most popular. It was the best thing still in sliced bread. This thing launched, blew up. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Aster's so much better than everything else out there. Aster is amazing. If you're not buying Aster, then you're a single coin, omni-coin maxi, and you're stupid and you're not smart, you're unattractive. And guess what? Now all of the Aster people are really, really quiet. Very, very quiet. Look at this. Hype, no hype. No volume, no sustainability. Nobody cares. So be careful. If you're going to trade these things, trade them. That's it. Don't marry coins. That's really all. You have to look at it from an outsider's perspective. You're not trying to pick a coin and spend the rest of your life with it. Sol is down 3.13%. That's the Detroit area code. Aster KOLs. Dude, it switched now. It's COAI. It's always going to be a different coin every single time, man. Tom Salkscoat said JJ loves getting his wick filled. Bro is heavy on the hopium today. Am I? I don't feel like I'm heavy on the hopium today. What did I say? The wick? That we're wicking to the upside? I mean, there's buy pressure. There's buying pressure, man. People are scooping her up. Anyways, Sol is down 3.21% on the day. We got our third touch. So let's see if we get a bounce here. That's kind of what we're looking for. That's the only way that this line is actually even relevant. It's not a midpoint or anything. It's just 177. We got our first bounce off of that. Nice tweezer bottom. Second bounce. Third bounce. Also looking like a potential tweezer bottom. RSI got a bearish cross over the moving average. We got bearish cross, rejection. I'm going to call that a fake out above. And then continuation to the downside. So our moving average is now curling down as well. Downside is definitely in play. Can we get a bounce? Hopefully. We'll see what plays out. We also got a red dot on our momentum wave pointing to the downside, which may have played out as well. So if Sol can get a bounce off of this 177 level for the third time and break above 184, we might get some fun here for the remainder of the week. Total 3 is down 1.27% on the day. We are below 1 trillion, which we've talked about before. It's not a good thing, but we bounced previously. Can we get a bounce again? Fractal's still kind of in play. It's, Fractal's kind of a meme at this point, but we'll see. We got a little W here, which I'm going to call that one hit. We got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest. Hit number 2, going down for hit number 3. We're looking at probably around 925, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to actually mark that on the chart right now. What are we looking at here? 925. 925. I don't know what I just typed. 00. Okay. Okay, so this I'm going to label JJ's bounce target for infinite upside super cycle moon phase crystal charging chakra Or so hopefully the infinite upside supercycle moon phase crystal charging chakra aura hits and we get some infinite upside from that. Looking forward to it. Let's see. Giovanni said, anyone I followed who talked about it, I unfollowed. I didn't even actually look at it, which I kind of feel bad. You know, it was relevant. I think we need to start. We need to plan segments for the channel, and one of those segments should be looking at anything new that's popping off, talking about it, doing a deep dive into the coins. I think that's a good idea. Waterfly said, "Did I miss Black Shirt update segment?" No, we have the Minecraft shirt today. Another one of my favorites. All of my shirts are my favorites. By the way, guys, a quick disclaimer. These are my pajama shirts because when I get home, I get out of my work uniform. Look at how perfectly that fits in the square. It is mirrored for you guys, but I'm sure you guys are capable of imagining what it looks like not mirrored. But I get home and I change into my chill clothes and then I chill. It's pretty fun, actually. I enjoy chilling, much like everybody else. I think that's a goal of retirement, is to just chill forever. Tom Solix Goat said 3 seconds ago you were talking about extended cycle bros buying Lambos and you don't know why I said Hopia? I was explaining how quick sentiment shifts. That's not Hopia. That was an explanation. I'm on both sides. I'm the most on the fence jockey mother effer you ever heard of. Giovanni said extreme fear hits the stock market. Tishu said, who makes the big bounces or big dumps? Retail, whales, or market makers? Probably just market makers. I think everything's market makers. Whales might like coordinate with market makers. Be like, hey man, when should I sell? Butterfly said, yay, I got it. What did you guess what it was? Justin said, first thing I do is put on shorts and a tee and go barefoot. That is 100% same here, dude. I will say, I did, for the first time in probably like 8 years, I had a spill. There I was. I'm enjoying my cereal. And we were looking at, actually, believe it or not, we were looking at the picture of Charles wearing his like little bullet ant gloves. And my fiance was like, what is that? And I explained it to her and she's like, that's so weird. Why would they do that? And I was like, well, it's supposed to, like, it's for the boys becoming men in the tribe. And she's like, that's messed up. And I was like, well, don't be a pussy. And then I got in trouble for saying that. And she was like, so if we had a boy? And I'm like, I mean, the gender doesn't matter. Our daughter's not an asshole. She, you know, I don't want any of my kids to be losers. And then I spilled my cereal. There wasn't a lot left, but I was very sad. And a little bit of milk got on my shorts. So now I'm wearing my backup shorts, which are incredibly comfy, but they're too comfy, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm naked, and it's uncomfortable. So, anyways, moving on. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's see if we get this 925 hit. I actually kind of like it, honestly. I like having targets. ADA's down 2.94%. ADA seemingly suffering more than the other top 10 projects. Is ADA going to pull all the way down to like 58, 57? I think that's incredibly possible. Let's set a target here as well. My target is going to be, I'm going to go 58. Why not? JJ's bounce target. And that is if we're not going to fill these wicks, which the ADA wick, if it does go to fill, then man, it's going to be crazy. Justin said, yep, I read that. Then dabs. I don't do dabs, dude. I kind of clown on dabs just because of how complex it is. But if you're just like a chill smart, I don't care, actually. You shouldn't care what I think either. You know, you probably clown on me for my stupid cereal. I'm like 30, 35. How old am I? 32? I'm a 32-year-old man eating cereal. You know what I mean? SNEK. Let's talk about ADA one more time really quick. I'm looking for that 58 target. Bearish cross of the moving average on the RSI, continuing to downside, pulling that moving average down with it. We do have a red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside as well. Momentum wave also on the downside now. We'll see how low she goes. SNEK getting pretty much decimated today. I told you guys for the past 2-3 days, we bounce off of 30, we break 30, we reject 30, it's going to 20. Look at that. Like clockwork, we're going down to 20. Are we going to bounce before that? Maybe. Maybe we get front ran. But did we plan for it? I hope so. I hope you guys plan for it. I'm planning for it mentally. I'm unavailable. So I may seem like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I'm actually Weenie Hut Juniors, and I'm crying inside. Everything's burning down, and I need my stuffed animals. So XRP is down 2.3% on the day, currently trading at 236.65. Let's see, we broke below 240. We got a double rejection at 250. Broke below after we got support at 240 and then rejection, break 240. We're currently sitting 236, right above 234.97. If we close above 234.97, great. If not, we're probably going down to 228 regardless. I'm fully expecting this to continue down. I might even open up a short because I said that last time and I didn't, and I could have made a crap ton of money, so I'm going to do it again. We do, since we got our little double top here, probably looking for a retrace target of around, I'm going to call it 210, I guess. I'm going to put a retrace target here as well, 210. JJ's bounce target. 210. I'm going to label this as well. October 10, 2025. I guess I should label all of these. 10, 2025, because I have a tendency to not do that, and then we reference them later, and I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know what this is from. 10, 2025. Okay. I guess I should do that. That looks better. Let's see. Justin said dabs are so much easier. 1 or 2 hits and I'm done for a few hours. Yeah, but I don't have any risk tolerance, so it's different. What if I said, you're only 32, hope you have life insurance? Justin said, I'm 46 and I still love cereal. Billy said, geez, how many of these alts are going to die out? Example, SNEK. How is that dying out? The holder count's steady. The price is going down. It's filling a wick. It's filling a wick. We said that it was going to, if it broke below 30 and rejected it, it was going to go down to 20. It's going down to 20. 33% drop. It's a small cap. What do you expect? You know, it's got like a $200 million market cap. Like, it's a high conviction play. Just so you guys are aware, I'm not oblivious to how detrimental this is. SNEK is my biggest bag. Even after this drop, it's still my biggest bag. So, I feel it for sure. It's down 23% in the last 7 days. That's a big drop. That is a huge drop. Why is it down that much? I have no idea. But it's a $181 million market cap. You know, you can't expect these things to hold up for forever. It's a meme coin. You know. We got 18 people watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Do me a favor. Stick around for like 15 minutes. And we will hit the daily close contest. And you will have a chance to win up to $300 simply by participating in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Giovanni said, do you guys have targets to cash out if we go down to certain prices? Not cashing out. Downwards, I'm not cashing out. I'm maybe adding. You know, it doesn't hurt to de-risk if you are feeling the pain and you feel overexposed, you know. There's not going to be any judgment from here. I think at this point, I think it's advised to do whatever makes you comfortable. HBAR currently down 2.58% on the day. We got a repeating pattern here. We got a little double top action, bounce, double top action. Are we going to get another bounce? And it seems to be shrinking every single time too. So there's like a falling wedge situation here, which is interesting because it's present on almost every single alt. And falling wedge, typically bullish. I don't know if it has specifics because it broke into it from the top. I have no clue. You know, sometimes there's those ones that are like, oh, if it does this, then it's bullish. But if it does this, it's bearish. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a bearish continuation. Who knows? But it's a falling wedge-ish kind of setup. And if I had to guess, we're probably going down to 15. Maybe 15.4. I'm going to call it 15 for now. Butterfly said, SNEK is your biggest bag. Why? Because I bought a chunk and then it increased like thousands of percentage points and the dollar value became incredibly large. That is literally why. Justin said I flipped, excuse me. Justin said I flipped Link for DOT the other day and got my entry at 165. If you want to see it, then here's the chart. Coinbase.bitcoin, Coinbase link BTC. All right, let's check it out. Get out of here. All right, you said I flipped link for DOT the other day. My entry was 165. Entry was 165. Ooh, okay. I'm assuming the other day was September 4th. No, that doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming the other day was yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. Monday? Maybe Monday. What if I said never selling link for DOT? Justin said it was up 3.35% yesterday, still up 2.3% today. Very nice. It looks decent. Let's see if it's a true bottom. RSI looks cooperative. See if you get a bullish crossover with the moving average. That'll be interesting. You do have a green dot in your momentum wave as well. Potential is there. What if I said, did you take any profits on SNEK, JJ? A long time ago, yes. Yes, I did. Back in the day. Tisha said, why is SNEK down so much? Maybe it has something to do that its logo is a snake? No. It's a meme coin. It's a $200 million market cap meme coin on Cardano, which has no volume. Justin said yesterday, early AM. What if I said, did you take any profits? Justin said, look at it on a monthly or weekly. Dang. Yeah, see, my only concern is it continuing. You know what I mean? Because 0 is still a ways away. I mean, it's only 100%. That was so stupid. I don't know why I did that. It is incredibly oversold though, which is awesome. So see if you get a big fat bounce off of that bad boy. Last time it was incredibly oversold like that was back here, and you got a 60% spike, which is pretty awesome. So see if you get another one of those. Let's go back to the 4-hour, back to our regularly scheduled programming. SWE down 4.27% on the day, broke below 250. I'm on the daily. Okay. Yeah, we broke below 250 again. I guess we got a little reaction off of our midpoint. Couldn't quite make it all the way back up to 250 to even reject, so we just kind of started falling over. RSI didn't even make it up to the moving average to reject either. Momentum wave has a red dot pointing to the downside, still in play from yesterday. 238.21. Let's see. I like the Wicks, but Wicks aren't everything, so I guess I would look for 223 if she's going to continue to the downside. Let's draw our line, because everything seems to be holding the same situation here. I guess I'll go right here for our line. So I guess, yeah, we're looking for 223 for the bullish bounce target. Bearish, I guess I would go like 220. See what happens. What if I said Bitcoin should be your biggest bag? It was, I think it was maybe a year or two ago. Thanks to stuff like SNEK and Nike. I think SNEK is my biggest win percentage-wise, but Nike definitely. Nike gave me enough to buy a good amount of Bitcoin, which is crazy considering where it's at today. You gotta rotate. Always gotta rotate. So yeah, we'll see if SWE ends up coming down to this 223 level. Ondo currently down 3.08% on the day, currently trading at 70.18. 70 is going to be a nice psychological level, but we have repeatedly pulled down to the 67.31 level. What's interesting about Ondo is it's not really in like there's no downtrend triangle situation. This is a flat support line right here. So I'm wondering if that's going to break bullish or bearish. It looks really good. Structure-wise, it looks great. We've already wicked down to this line at 68.19. Let's see. Let's see if we get a bounce off that 68 level. RSI, same thing as everything else. We got our bearish cross over the moving average and our little fake out above. Continuation to the downside. Red dot on a momentum wave from yesterday still in play. Unconfirmed red dot on market cipher as a whole. Volume, it got a little dicey here. Volume looks really bad right here for everything. This is like that weekend volume, so I guess it makes sense. but it is picking up. Unfortunately, it's picking up in the wrong direction. Arrow's down 3.03% on the day. Double top rejection off of 85.99. Broke below 84. Broke below 80. Currently sitting at 77.12. We got a nice wick below 76.03. And we got our structure right here, which I'm going to draw just like everything else. Are we probably going to come all the way down to, I'm going to call it 65. Arrow, I'm looking for minimum 65, not financial advice. We do have a red dot and a momentum wave from yesterday still in play. Bearish cross over the moving average from Monday. Got a little fake out above as well. Volume's picking up, which is good. Weekend volume looked really bad. Nice variety, I suppose. We'll see. Obviously, we're getting our rejection off that, or a reaction off of that 76 level, which is good. But if we do lose it, then we're fully on board for that 65-cent level. Pinlink. Pinlink had a surprising reaction today. It was getting really dicey, and then out of nowhere, it spiked up 30%, I think, at one point. 40 even. 40%. Obviously, it's retracing most of that move. Maybe it's a little late to the game. It's doing the middle finger that Bitcoin did the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. Everyone freaked out. They're like, what's happening? But it literally just kind of like went up and down again. A little pump and dump on the Bitcoin. That's pretty much what happened. So Pinlink's doing the same thing. What I like about this is it kind of shows, in my opinion, how alts are probably going to react when they do finally hit bottom. It's very, very quick. Very quick. We're going to chop and trade and chop, and then it's going to go bam. And everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, that came out of nowhere. I was not prepared. I've been sidelined. They're all going to pile in right here. It's going to push the price up a little bit higher, and then we're probably going to linger. We're going to linger. We're going to chop down a little bit. Maybe get below their entry. They're going to freak out, and then continue up. So the ones that hold on are going to be in a good spot. But it takes conviction. Billy said, dumping link for Polkadot. Why? What if I said link marine present? Billy said, I watched a video of tariffs explained in detail. It does make sense. It actually, I agree. I fully on board with tariffs. You will see a 0 rejections for me. I'm at a point now where I think that the market moving when it does is they're looking for news, and then they see the news. They're like, that's the news. Hit the dump button, and then the market dumps, and everyone blames that specific news. Does that make sense? It's plausible deniability. That way they can be like, oh no, we're not manipulating the market. It's because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Giovanni said, I just need Ando to hit $2, please. Fahid said, inflation going up. Philly said, Fahid, you take that back. Giovanni said, how screwed are we if they don't cut rates twice this year, since it's already priced in? I don't know if it is priced in anymore. I actually think it would be hilariously insane if the Fed did a 50 basis point cut for this next meeting. I do, because the numbers don't look good. Cheers, guys. All right. Pinlink, we talked about, up 14.53% on the day. Interesting reaction. Seemingly rejecting whatever the heck this support line was. We'll see if anything happens. Guys, we've got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, so get your guesses ready. Anyone who is new and unfamiliar with the rules, let me know in the chat, and I will go over them for you. Bottom line, when I say go in the chat, you basically want to guess what you think the price of Bitcoin is going to be for the daily close on the Binance USDT chart. And if you nail that price, all 8 digits, which includes the change, you could win $300, or you will win $300 if you nail the price. If you only nail 6 digits, the first 6, then you win $20. If you don't nail any of them, you win bragging rights. It's a ton of fun, completely free to play. All you got to do is be subscribed and smash the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Let's see. Interesting. All right. Bitcoin currently trading at 107,627 and 70 cents. Yesterday's winner, Mr. Waterfly, moving up the ranks, currently has 11 wins, tied with Janix. Very cool. We got a entry from Shear 2.0. Coming in with 107,555.69. Tom Selleck's Goat coming in with 107,600. Fahid coming in with 107,420.69. Chance feeding went up to $300 every single day. Ton of fun. Okay. Dream Tanks TV coming in with a guess. 107,200. Billy. 107,555.69.5. Billy. Oh, Billy's 106. Interesting. Okay, I got you, Billy. Okay, well, you deleted it, so I can't do anything for you. Bitcoin currently trading at 107,584.20. Very cool. Very, very cool. $107,555.69. It's first come, first serve, Philly. You got nothing. I got nothing from you, my friend. We don't do half cents here. Waterfly coming in. 107,300. SPL said Andrew Tate said Bitcoin's going to 26K. Oh no. His brain got scrambled in prison. His brain got scrambled by penis. Not financial advice. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock for the daily close contest. 107,627 and 71 cents on Bitcoin. Are we going to get a push up here? Or are we doomed to continue to the downside? What do we got? What do we got? Anybody else? Anybody at all? Current rankings. Tyler holding first place on the Iron Throne with 40 wins, followed by Tom Selleck's Goat sneaking up with 25 wins. Then Fahid with 23. Giovanni Fontes with 16. Mr. Robbers and Hoffs tied with 15. Shear 2.0 with 14. Waterfly and Janix tied with 11. And DGenair and Dremmer tied with 6. Bitcoin 107,597 and 5 cents. We've got 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in. Anything else? Bitcoin dominance 59.89. Are we going to reject 60? Hopefully. Billy said, Andrew Tate is a butthead now. He's irrelevant now. I think he was always irrelevant. He was only popular because, like, punk-ass kids were like, oh my gosh, alpha male. Like, if you have to preach that so often, then, unfortunately, I think you either have a small dick or you're just really, really bad at everything. Yeah, like mommy issues or something going on. 107,650 and 2 cents from Giovanni Fontes. Someone's got to be bullish. I like it. I'll take it. Overton coming in with a guess. Overton, unfortunately, Tom Selleck's Goat made that guess before you. It is first come, first serve, so you are going to have to modify your guess and resubmit. Billy coming in with 107,575. Overton, you got 13 seconds remaining, which there is a delay, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. Tom is OG too. Did I say someone was OG? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Giovanni Fontes, 107,650 and 2 cents. We've got Tom Selleck's Goat with 107,600. We've got 107, 575 for a Philly driver. I said Tom is OG. Yeah, but what was the context behind that? I feel like you're responding to somebody. Tom is OG. Okay, we got done with Philly J Shear 2.0. Just so you guys are aware, there's a fake Alex Becker that has like 50,000 followers on X. So be careful. I just noticed that. A lot of people following him. 107, 555, 69. We've got... You guys are awfully close. I'm kind of scared today. I'm going to have to pay out. 107, 420, 69 from Fahid. We've got Waterfly with 107, 300 even. And last but not least, 107, 200. What's going on here? Dream Tanks TV. All right, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Participants are on the board. Tom Selleck-Scout holding his lead at the moment with his guess of 107,600 Bitcoin. Current price 107,611 and 46 cents. We've got 2 minutes remaining. Nope, we've got 2 minutes 54 seconds remaining. Giovanni said, didn't Andrew Tate brag that he made millions until his wallet was exposed, showing he actually got liquidated for millions? Yes. Yes. He got liquidated for a lot, like hundreds of millions, I think, which is freaking hilarious. Waterfly said, I said Tom is OG. Overton said no problem. Tom Selleck-Scout said, I'm also Go. He's also GOAT. Billy said, Giovanni, if you can find video in that, please out. I'm assuming he meant to say put in JJ's Discord. Whoa, big fat pumperoonie on the 1 minute time frame from Bitcoin. What a crazy pump. Giovanni Fontes currently in the lead, and it's going away just as fast as it came. 107,687 and 42 cents. We've got 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining on the clock. What a pump, what a candle. Crazy 1 minute time frame. Are we going to get a bullish daily close here on the 1 minute time frame, specifically with a big fat green candle? That's all it takes, guys. Sentiment is officially reversed. We are bullish again. Alt season is back on. Let's go. Giovanni Fontes holding his lead. Bitcoin current price 107,690 and 58 cents. Giovanni Fontes' guess 107,650 and 2 cents. Is he going to take home the grand prize of $300 today? What's it going to be? 107,666. That seems like bad luck. We've got 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin pumping down for some reason. Currently on its way to Tom Selleck-Scout once more. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Selleck-Scout back in the lead with his guess of 107,600 even. Bitcoin 107,620 and 18 cents. We've got 66 seconds remaining on the clock. Crazy daily close. Where did that candle come from? I don't know. That's a good question. Probably Andrew Tate. Bitcoin currently trading at 107,616 and 51 cents. 51 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Oh, here we go. Philly driver now in the lead. I don't like the price being anywhere near these bunched up guesses because that's a $300 bill for me. 39 seconds remaining on the clock. It's getting back up. Philly still currently holding his lead with his guess of 107,575 even. Bitcoin 107,590 and 87 cents. 30 seconds left. Is it going to pump back above Tom Selleck-Scout? Or is Philly going to take home the prize? Or somebody else entirely? What do you guys think? Pump, dump, stay? What do we got? 20 seconds remaining. Holy cow. 16 seconds. 15, 14, 13. We are flatlining here. Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing. The 1 second time frame might be even more entertaining. 5, 4. J Shear 2.0 now in the lead. 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of today's daily close contest out of nowhere. J Shear 2.0 with a big fat dumperoonie to the downside. Bitcoin daily close price 107,567.44. I repeat, 107,567.44. 107,567.44. Congratulations, J Shear 2.0, on your victory. Wow, what a daily close. It's been doing the same exact thing over and over again. Bitcoin has been the biggest troll, and it's kind of hilarious. Shear 2.0 coming in with his guess of 107,555.69. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Very cool. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom out here. Clear the board. Board is cleared. Shear 2.0 is our winner. I like that wick, though. I do like that wick. That downside wick is indicative of some buying pressure. You guys know I like to say that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Very cool, very cool. Spam the bananas. I see no banana spam. What if I said thank God Philly didn't win? Fake Becker. The fake is asking for donations. I wonder how many will fall for that. You can find video. Jay Shear said LMA all right. Philly said, is that true? Tate lost millions using leverage? Yes, that is true. Fahid said 1 minute chart, LOL. Jay Shear 2.0 said, let's go, Philly. Waterfly said, congrats, Jay. Jay Shear said, damn. Didn't see that coming. Fahid said, we should look at the 6-hour and 7-day chart. Jay Shear 2.0 also said, thanks, Waterfly. That one was for you. Mr. Roberts said, hell yeah, Jay. Waterfly said, thank God Philly didn't win. All right, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, banana spam. Let me add Jay Shear 2.0 to the winner's Google Doc. Very cool. All right. I think we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 107,555.69. Nice. And an actual Bitcoin daily close of 107,567.44 on October 22nd, 2025. Mr. Jay Shear 2.0's prize is homemade chocolate eclair. Congratulations, Jay Shear 2.0, on your victory. Feel free to divvy this bad boy up. You can slice it, you can dice it, you can rip it apart, you can lick off the frosting and suck out the filling and give the rest to your friends and family, your peers, your fellow competitors. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Very cool. That does look very tasty. All right, where were we? Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we're about to enter render. Render is down 0.05% since the daily close. We got our little flat line situation here. I'm going to put this line here instead. Currently around 234. We got a wick down there, which is nice. We're going to get a reaction from here, or are we going to get a candle close down to the wick, or where, I don't know, down to the line, and then go from there. Interesting. Same situation with the RSI. The RSI looks identical on all of these charts, which we've seen before. This is, I don't want to call it manipulation, but it definitely just seems like market makers trading back and forth. We've got a clear breakdown, a fake out, and then continuation to the downside. We also got a red dot on a momentum wave from yesterday, also signaling further downside. Volume pick it up quite a bit compared to the weekend. So that is good, but it is going the wrong direction. Let's see. Is that milk or dark chocolate? What? My drink? Oh, the chocolate eclair. I'm assuming it's dark chocolate. Or fudge. John said, I missed the close. I would have got it this time. It always happens that way. Billy said, Andrew Tate lost $597,000 on an ETH liquidation. Yep. And millions were seized by the Romanian authorities. Dude, I think one of the funniest things in the world to me is Andrew Tate basically getting robbed by the police. I'm sorry. How beta are you that you get cucked by the Romanian police? What? Are you sure? Are you sure you're an alpha? I don't know, man. To me, in order to be an alpha, you got all your money in Bitcoin on a ledger that lives inside your butthole. That's just my opinion. I am not an alpha because I don't like sticking things in my butt. Not that I've ever tried, but that's just my assumption. I'm pretty sure that's actually in the Bitcoin white paper. Anyways, Let's see if Render gets a reaction at this 234 level. If we do lose that, the $2 might come into play. I don't think we're feeling the wick on some of these alts because some of them go way, way down low. Did you pack that fudge yourself, JJ? Always. I am not a Green Bay fan, though. Not a Green Bay fan. Stellar down, or actually up 0.23% on the day since the daily close. We got our little double top rejection, I don't know, loss of 32.13. We're currently at a midpoint of between 29.47 and 32.13 at 30.87. 30 might be a nice psychological level. Unfortunately, this is a little downtrend situation. So our target looking more like 26.57-ish. So we'll see if we end up hitting that. RSI looks the same as everything else. We might get a bullish cross here soon, which is nice because it does look like it wants to go up. So we'll see what happens there. But we got our bearish cross or fake out above and continuation to the downside. And our momentum wave has read that point to the downside as well. What if I said use the like if you forgot? Yeah, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Really helps out the channel. We got 14 concurrent today, which is very exciting. A lot of viewers compared to previous streams. We've been struggling a little bit with numbers. Makes me sad. Sometimes I cry. Manly tears though. They're dry. No tears actually exit my eyeballs. I just cried dry tears because I'm a man. Polkadot. Polkadot is up 0.14% since the daily close. We had a little uptrend, lost it. Now back to business with this downtrend. Looking for probably like we'll call it 269. That's what we'll call it. Looking for 269 on Polkadot. If we do lose our purple trend line, which is kind of somewhat of a legacy trend line, a broader downtrend, which is very interesting. We'll see if we get a reaction off of that. This does kind of go to show you, though, that you can get bullish bounces off of bearish patterns. Real man cry with tears, JJ. I just said they're dry tears. Just because my tears are different from yours doesn't mean that they're not real. I just woke the hell out of Waterfly. I went full Karen, bro. Full woke Karen. Blue hair and everything. Alright. Polkadot. Yeah, looking for that 269 level if we do continue to break down. I'm liking the wicks. I'm liking the wicks, though. We'll see what the green brings us. It does look like we're getting some green here. Obviously, I'm not going to change my sentiment just because everything's up 0.1% on the day. Fartcoin is down 0.13% on the day. Currently trading at 32.86. We got a nice 32.68 support level here ish. Basically, strictly based on this reaction right here. That reaction gave us a level to look at, which is a midpoint actually between 29 and 36. So that's interesting. If we do lose this, then we're fully looking for 29.139. If we got a reaction, then we would have some bullish divergence. So if we do one of these, then the price will be down while the RSI is up, which will lead to at least a temporary reversal bullish divergence. Longer term, I think it would still be in a downtrend, but that temporary relief can do a lot for sentiment for sure. So we'll see what happens here. RSI looks the same as everything else. You got the bearish cross, you got your fake out above. Continuation to the downside, red dot on your momentum wave on Market Cipher, also pointed to the downside. John Doe, Rainbow Bear, yes sir. CAS is up 0.05%. Oh my, big day for CAS beholders. They are positive. First positive day that they've had in a decade. It is up 0.02%. The celebration might come to an end very quickly here as the momentum is being lost and the fraction of green is trickling away. We've got bounce 1, bounce 2, going down for bounce number 3. We did lose this 5-ish level. 51.17 also was lost. It was acting as support, which is nice. We had previous resistance turned support, broke below that. Target, not financial advice, probably looking at 42 minimum. 40. I'm gonna call it 42.5. We'll see where we look like there. What's interesting is we had a green dot on Market Cipher back here. And we are currently breaking down below that level. How long does the green dot take to play out? It's on the 4-hour time frame. Did it play out already? Probably. But we'll see. Are we going to break all the way down to here and then blast off from there? Maybe. RSI looks same as everything else. We got our breakdown, fake out above, continuation to the downside. Momentum wave, red dot from yesterday, also pointing to the downside, continuing. Avalanche is not moving at all since the daily close. We are currently sitting at 1902. Holding 19 will be important. We got a nice wick, which is awesome. What's nice about Avalanche is it kind of looks like it's almost fulfilling this entire structure already. Very, very close. If the structure is even relevant. We've got 2 hits. It's not a ton of confluence, but it is there. So it's something to keep in mind. We got to take a look at everything, every possible scenario. We got support lost. We got a little bounce off the yellow trend line. Support above 1982. Rejection at 2078. Support at 1982. Rejection 2078. Breakdown. Can't get back above. And now we're working away at 19. If we lose 19, we're probably definitely going down to 1828 minimum. Our bottom for this yellow trend line, I would look for probably 18. Maybe I think 18 is a good target for Avalanche. If we wick below, maybe 1775. But since the 10th, volume has fallen off a little bit, which is interesting. Yeah, we'll see where we end up. RSI looks the same as everything else. It's almost oversold, which is interesting. We got our bearish cross, our fake out to the upside, continuation to the downside, and our red dot from yesterday still in play. What's interesting about this is that everything else was up and got a red dot. Avalanche was down, green dot, and then red dot. It stayed below the median. So it does seem more bearish, which is good because then we'll become incredibly oversold faster and get a nice little rebound. Quicker than other alts, it seems. So Avalanche ripping the band-aid off, it seems. Chainlink up 0.17% since the daily close. The Chainlink fractal freaks me out every single time I look at it because I remember pulling it. I was like, I hate this fractal because it has this monstrous downside right, literally right here. And look at what happened on the 10th. Monstrous downside. Now I could scoot the fractal to fulfill that and be like, oh my gosh, I'm such a genius. But I kind of like it in the middle like that. You know, it doesn't have to line up perfectly with everything. History rhymes. It doesn't repeat perfectly. So I'm okay with it being slid over a little bit. What is happening? Nothing? I just wanted to make this transparent again. Apparently I can't. So if the fractal is still in play, which it seems like it might be, then we could see a little more scoopy downside. Bottom target-ish, maybe 16.2, if it gets that bad. It doesn't have to. It could just as easily do one of these. But, you know, I guess big picture, we're looking at like beginning of November for a continued uptrend. And you know that'll shake a lot of people out, just having to wait. Because nobody can make a trade right now. Everybody sucks at trading right now. Because the market just liquidates both ends, you know, every hour. Which is kind of crazy. It's been very crazy to watch. But right now, if we're doing the same thing that we're doing with everything else, let me get my little downside situation here. We lost 1750. And I suppose 1583 might come into play. If we do, I'm going to do one of these. And I'm looking for, I'll call it $15. We're looking for a $15 target on Chainlink, which is a nice little target, honestly. I might open a long from there. I'm definitely going to add to my my Chainlink and my Avalanche this DCA day for sure. Cheers, guys. Happy Wednesday. I do like the prolonged dip because I don't feel like I'm missing out on opportunities to buy. Now, if we end up going to zero, then all that money goes to zero with it. You know, what do I care? What was I going to do with it in the first place? Buy some food? I have food, you know. Daughter doesn't need lunch money. I'm just kidding. She's homeschooled anyway, so lunch money is just grocery money. Good ads, JJ? What do you mean? I don't see the ads, Waterfly. What'd you see? All right, we've got bullish cross, bearish cross, fake out, continuation of the downside. Giovanni said, I care. Let's see if this curls back up. That'd be cool. That would be cool if none of these touch that yellow trend line and they just curl up and go up from here. That would be awesome. My red man plus pump my bags. Mr. Redman plus what? Please? Who's the cigarette guy? Is that racist? I think I just said a racist thing. Red dot on Market Cipher from Monday on Chainlink, which is interesting. Point to the downside. Tom Selks goes at buy a house, bro. I mean, that's what I'm planning on doing. This sucks. Let's look at stocks. All right, Doge. Downside target 17.9. Near. Actually, near's a little bit different. Near downside target 197. Pengu downside target almost hitting. Actually, I might buy right there. 19. Silver getting a little dumpy. Did a little jump hockey stick. I meant to say dump. This time it's going down, which is interesting. Is it going to reverse and go to the upside? That is the ultimate question, is it not? We are almost ready for a bullish cross of the moving average and the RSI. Green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. We will see if she gives us some upside. DXY, nobody cares. Yeah, actually, it's getting a little pumpy, which is interesting. MicroStrategy down 6.99%. Nice. Michael Saylor does not care. So, not financial advice. It looks like you have lost 300. Look at this. Support, break, resistance, continuation of the downside. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a stock person, but I might open a short on MicroStrategy. NASDAQ, also a little bit dumpy. Interesting, very interesting. So what I see here, if I was trying to justify this from a bull standpoint, I would go look at this, extend that over a little bit, and I would be like, oh, you lost that. Rejection, break above, support, hopefully continuation of the upside. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We did get a bearish cross over the moving average and the RSI, and a red dot from Tuesday on Market Cipher, pointing to the downside. S&P, similar setup, similar situation, bearish cross, red dot, number go down. Bitcoin, congratulations, J-Share 2.0 once again on your victory. Enjoy your homemade chocolate eclair. Bitcoin currently trading at 107, 736 and 74 cents. Number go up. We like the green ones. What are we doing here? Let's look at stocks. What stocks are we going to look at? Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat. Look at this. This happened today. The Beyond Meat stock pumped and dumped, and not gonna lie, it was kind of funny. Is that messed up? Is that rude? Probably. It kind of like perfectly illustrates how I think people feel about Beyond Meat. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is so innovative and exciting and futuristic, and then they taste it and they're like, ew. Never mind. So that cracked me up a little bit. Also, for some reason, Krispy Kreme got a little bit pumpy too. Literally did the exact same thing. Now, I bought this after Fahid financially advised me. I love you, Fahid. To, I think, buy the hype during some, like, Krispy Kreme themed meme cycle. I'm assuming not back there. It definitely wasn't that long ago. Right here. And I think I literally bought, like, the Pico tie. It was, like, $6. Okay, it didn't even get that high. I don't know. Maybe I got ripped off. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, oh, I'm like slightly less in the hole on Krispy Kreme stock today. That's exciting. And then it all just went away. Giovanni wants to take a look at NVO. NVO. Whoa. Oh, I see a head and shoulder. Are you shorting this? Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a stock person. Kind of good at picking stocks, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm bad at buying and holding them. I told you guys I fumbled Reddit and Roblox, and both went up like 500%. Yeah, not financial. I'm looking for this to do a little double bottom at 45. I would front run it even. Go to like 50. Short that bad boy down to 50. 6%. RR. I want to buy AMC for the meme. I thought about buying AMC as well. All they got to do is like update the chairs, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, AMC is amazing. RR. Rich Check Robotics. What was I looking at robotics the other day? I was looking into something. I don't remember what it was, though. It might have been robotics. 497. You got pump and dump, pump and dump. It's doing the same thing, same playbook. This one, see what's nice is this is what you want to look for. The bottom and then the bottom. This is a sustained uptrend, which is nice. Here's a little bit of euphoria, but you want to see that sustained uptrend. That's what sucks about these altcoins. They go whoop, woo, and then they're like lower, and you're like, what the hell happened? That is like this chunk where everybody gets screwed is probably the people that like made it finally going, okay, you know, we better just cash out now. This looks like a decent, not financial advice, buy the dip opportunity. It is definitely experiencing a parabola, especially if you go to the daily. Yeah, this thing might go crazy. Crazy on you. I may go crazy. Yeah. Again, not financial advice. Now let's take a look at AMC. I did want to short yesterday. I want to short every day, man, but I still don't, and it still goes down. I'm like, dang it. The second I'm going to open one is going to be the reversal. Yeah, this... I mean, this seems like a no-brainer buy. Am I crazy? 275. What's the lowest it's gone? 245? Big freaking deal. Are we buying AMC? Are you kidding me? I think I just spent all of my money on a DCA for applied APLD. Dang it. I'm going to have to deposit some more. What are you doing to me, Giovanni? You're making me into a stock guy now. All right, guys. Bitcoin. Congratulations, JShare 2.0. Once again, enjoy your homemade chocolate eclair. Bitcoin 107,588 and 1 penny. Let's go to our news segment. A lot of news today, so bear with me. Hong Kong approves first spot Solana ETF. That was huge, kind of cool. Philly said, I'm not dismissing the idea of we already had the bull market and finished with it. Bitcoin and ETH already had new all-time highs, but there not being an alt season would suck so bad. Philly, I genuinely believe if there was no alt season, that alts would go to zero, because what's the point? I also genuinely believe that it is incredibly possible that we are extending into 2026. That's my own personal belief. I am also personally prepared for it all to go to zero, and I'm assuming, I guess, to have to pivot into like stocks and other investments, Pokemon cards, you know what I mean? Giovanni said I'm dying. What are you dying from? What did I say that was funny? Did I say something funny? I don't remember. I want to laugh too. Jim Cramer said crypto is due for a push today. So I'm assuming he meant a push up because we're not going up. So thank you, Jim Cramer. Robinhood lists BNB. Very cool. Michael Saylor says AI will want Bitcoin. That's pretty funny. Senator Cynthia Loomis says it's a big day in Washington for digital asset market structure. Apparently that big day was not that big. Eric Trump said, we love America and we love the asset known as Bitcoin, which, by the way, sounds like something I would say if I was on cocaine. That's a weird way to phrase anything. So thank you, Eric Trump. This, I'm not going to play the music because it's probably copyrighted, but this is a beautiful looking, I've never, like everyone's like, the crypto.com card, it's a metal card. I'm like, who cares if it's metal? I don't know what material it's made out of, but it looks pretty. This is a pretty looking card. Unfortunately, it's with American Express, and I think American Express sucks. Not for any reason other than the fact that I think like their logo is ugly. That's literally the only reason. I'm a superficial guy. Leave me alone. But Coinbase and American Express officially launched Coinbase One Card in the U.S., offering up to 4% on Bitcoin back on all purchases. Very cool. Polymarket adds BNB deposits and withdrawals to the platform. Also very cool. Tesla reveals none of their $1.3 billion in Bitcoin was sold in Q3 2025. Thank you, Tesla. U.S. national debt reaches a new all-time high of $38 trillion. Money printer Go Burr. Tesla just reported its highest ever quarterly revenue, $28.1 billion. Number go up. Marty Party posted in the past 24 hours, 168,933 traders were liquidated. The total liquidation comes in at $639.58 million. Kobayashi letter posted, foreign investors are piling into U.S. stocks. Non-U.S. investors have bought plus 22 billion of U.S. stocks so far in October, the most since June, according to Goldman Sachs estimates. This marks the third consecutive monthly inflow. Year-to-date, foreign investors have acquired 316 billion of U.S. equities on net. Meanwhile, foreign holdings of U.S. equities rose to a record 20 trillion last quarter. Everyone wants to enter the U.S. stock market. Let's freaking go. The U.S. is likely to announce a trade deal with India soon, which will include tariff cuts per mint. The cuts will lower tariff rates from 50% to 15%, and India is expected to agree to cut imports of Russian oil in return. Very cool. Tom Sachs quote said, I think to get 4% back, you have to hold 250K in Coinbase account. Damn, that's a lot of money. Philly, I remember on the actual like Coinbase debit card, which I just had to replace because mine was compromised, which is the most random thing in the world. You didn't need to have anything special. It was literally just a debit card. And they offered at the peak bull market, that's how you know stuff's getting heated up. They did offer 4% back on Bitcoin and most altcoins. And then slowly they like removed different, like they would lower the percentage on different altcoins. I think Doge was the last one to offer 4% back, and then they eventually lowered that down to 1% as well. So I think it's still 1%, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong, though. They usually have you choose the asset, and I haven't seen that in a long time. So peak bull market, in my opinion, Coinbase or other cards offering really high APR for like literally nothing. And really high refer a friend, like $100. You each get $100 when you and your friends sign up to Coinbase and deposit $50. You know, that's usually what indicates it for me. Like I said, there's been zero top indicators this bull market. Everyone's freaking out. They're insisting we're going to a bear market. When everyone insists that anything is going to happen, in my opinion, and from what I've seen, they are wrong. That is wrong. Everyone thinks we're going into a bear market. There's not going to be any alt season. Everyone is insisting on that as if it is a guaranteed fact. And that alone is pretty much all I need in order for me to have enough conviction to think that we're not doing that. So take that for what it's worth. Tom Source Code said, okay, yeah, I read that already. All right, current state of the market. Google stock erased 160 billion in 2 hours after OpenAI launched a web browser. Then it added 180 billion back in 4 hours later after everyone realized OpenAI's web browser is just Google Chrome with ChatGPT bolted on, which is pretty funny. Starter homes have never been more expensive. The median sale price of a typical starter home rose 2.2% year over year in August to a record $260.5 billion. Meanwhile, prices for mid and high priced homes increased 1.4%, 370K to 575K. Very cool. Hopefully the housing market just plummets and I can get a damn house. Gold extends 2-day losses to 8%, erasing over 2.5 trillion worth of its market cap. Gold is on track for its largest 2-day drop since 2013. Meanwhile, gold was up for 9 straight weeks. Ow, I just hit my ankle and it hurt really bad. Ow, it hurt really, really bad. Ooh. Meanwhile, gold was up for 9 straight weeks. For the 5th time in history, gold has never posted 10 straight weekly gains. In the previous 4 times this happened, gold ended an average of 13% lower 2 months later. So what's next for the first blow to a historic run? What's next after the first blow to a historic run? I don't know. That is a good question. Global gold demand has really been stronger. World gold demand, God, that really hurt my ankle, has reached 1,220 tons over the last 4 quarters, the highest in the last 14 years. The 4-quarter moving average has posted 4 consecutive increases. Central banks and investors have been behind the most recent surge. In fact, only jewelry demand has declined in recent years as higher prices have weighed on purchases. The rush for gold is incredible. Initial jobless claims filed by federal workers spiked 121% week over week, reaching 7,244 in the week ending October 11th, the highest since 2019 government shutdown. While the Labor Department has paused its weekly reports, state-level data remains available. The number of federal employees filing for unemployment has jumped 1,200% since the shutdown began on October 1st. Additionally, continuing claims rose 9%. From the prior week to 9430, the highest in 3.5 years. The government shutdown is in full swing. Number go up, I guess. The number of claims. We are 7 days out from the Fed meeting. Meanwhile, the U.S. government's data blackout continues, the shutdown on day number 22. We have not received the September jobs report, any key inflation data, or initial jobless claims for weeks. On top of this, the Fed has lost access to key private jobs data from ADP covering 20% of private workers. So what does it all mean? The Fed must lean even more dovish as the government shutdown continues, and they must cut rates. In fact, odds of a 50 basis point rate cut by year end are surging. As the labor market rapidly deteriorates, the Fed simply cannot afford falling behind the 8 ball. They will continue to cut rates aggressively in the wake of the data blackout and stagflation for one simple reason: they are afraid of being too late. Ladies and gentlemen, that, in my opinion, is a perfect recipe for a number go up. Once again, extreme fear on a 1% down day for the S&P 500. This is not the type of activity you see before a market crash. Breaking: the U.S. is set to announce a substantial increase in sanctions on Russia within the next 24 hours. Treasury Secretary Bassett called this a substantial pickup in Russian sanctions. We also saw earlier this week, I think Monday, someone in the White House, I don't know if it was Bassett or the other guy, said that we should see a end to the government shutdown this week. And we still got Thursday, Friday for this week, so that's exciting. We got that to look forward to. Breaking: the U.S. announces new sanctions on Russia's 2 largest oil companies. Now is the time to stop killing and for an immediate ceasefire, said Treasury Secretary Bassett. Let's hope it goes better than the one in the Middle East. The typical U.S. home buyer's down payment rose 6.1% year over year in August to a record $70,000, which means I probably need to save $70,000 in order to buy a house. This marks a near 20% increase since January. The median down payment has tripled over the last 6 years. Down payments are now equal 18.6% of the purchase price, the highest August level since 2013. From 2019 to 2021, this figure was as low as 10%. U.S. housing affordability has never been worse. Believe that. Cointelegraph posted insight: should you buy a house with a Bitcoin-backed mortgage? The dream is you pay off the house as Bitcoin goes up. The risk is you lose it all. Featuring block earner via Cointelegraph magazine, Bitcoin to house price ratio used to be over 150 Bitcoin required to buy a house. Now it is 6. Apparently, houses in Australia cost $600,000. Jeez. Next, we got Senator Cynthia Lummis saying open banking is essential to keep America at the forefront of the financial innovation and digital asset adoption. She warned that major banks opposing the rule risk stifling competition and driving crypto entrepreneurs overseas. We got Kraken reporting Q3 revenue of $648 million, up 114% year over year. That's actually pretty sick. Tom Stock said, I think to get 4% back. Yep, I read that. And NM, it's 200K. Oh, never mind. It's 200K for 4%. 50 to 99. 50 to 199 is 3%. 10 to 50 is 2.5, and everything else is just 2%. Also, after 10K a month spent, it drops to 2% for everyone, and gotta have Coinbase One at $50 a month. Giovanni said, join the military, get a VA loan, no down payment. I qualify. I think I can qualify for no down payment anyways, the down payment assistant thing that you don't have to pay back. I tried to join the military when I was a teenager. I was going to join, I think it was the Air Force. I don't remember. But I can't because I was born deaf in my right ear. So they were like, we don't want you. Apparently I can't even sit at a desk. I'm deaf in my right ear, so they don't want me for anything. I'm just useless. But I did try. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said the company is building private transactions on its base network powered by the March acquisition of privacy platform Ironfish. Very cool. A major whale wallet, 0xC2A3, closed its Bitcoin long positions with over $5.7 million in profit and immediately opened a $32.5 million short with 18x leverage. 18x seems so scary. White House envoy Steve Witkoff faces Senate scrutiny after disclosures showed crypto holdings tied to Trump's World Liberty Financial. Google unveiled Quantum Echoes, a new algorithm said to be 13 times faster than classical ones, paving the way for advances in AI and science. Very cool. Bullish USDT activity on Ethereum hit an all-time high with transfer volume surging 400% since 2023, according to Token Terminal. I bet you that's just people taking profits. Chainalysis reports that India and the US lead global crypto adoption, while APAC's on-chain activity surged 69% to 2.36 trillion in the year through June 2025. Very cool. Stock Money Lizards posted Bitcoin sell-off towards the bell. We'll provide an update. Basically, we are still in a correction pattern. I shared a couple of days ago. Some additional limit orders between 100 and 105K remain in place. The rest is waiting. We got Carl B. Menger posting Bitcoin is 31% undervalued. NASDAQ correlations points to a 156K fair value. Price manipulation by big actors at its finest. It looks pretty good, actually, to me. And we've seen this before. Look at this right here. We got a huge gap right here between 2023 and 2024. Look at this giant gap in it. It literally went sideways and up a little bit, and then it just exploded to the upside. Can I open this? Yeah, here we go. All right, check this out. This is Bitcoin's correlation to the NASDAQ. You got Bitcoin getting crazy spikes, and then it like recouples to the NASDAQ perfectly, and then the NASDAQ starts to outperform. Right here, outperformed, Bitcoin recoupled. And then later, Bitcoin outperformed, NASDAQ recoupled. NASDAQ outperformed, Bitcoin recoupled. Over and over again, and now we are at a point, Bitcoin outperformed for a minute, NASDAQ recoupled. Now the NASDAQ is outperforming. Bitcoin is going to recouple. Even if the NASDAQ pulls down a little bit, that's still like 15% increase in Bitcoin. If it goes up 15% from where it's at right now, that would be 123K. Put us right at previous all-time highs, current all-time highs. And you know that would wake up alts like crazy. So I'm just saying. None of this is financial advice, but don't get left behind at the same time. Imagine spending years in crypto, dollar cost averaging, building bags, and then the second things look a little bit dicey, you sell, and everything goes crazy afterwards, and you miss the boat. Years of your life. You already think you wasted it, so you sell. And then everything explodes, so now you've confirmed that you've wasted it because you sold too early. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Last cycle was a cycle of round tripping. I think this cycle is the cycle of selling too early. I still feel that way. Bitcoin 107,779 and 7 cents. Looking good. A lot of sevens there. Google unveils major quantum computing breakthrough. Its new algorithm is running 13,000 times faster than the world's best supercomputer. Google says this clears the path for useful applications of quantum technology within 5 years. Bitcoin has to stay ahead of this. I agree. The next target for Bitcoin, according to Bitcoin Teddy, is 160 to 170K. Very cool. I like these lines. I do. And this really helps you illustrate the idea that there has been zero parabolic rises. What's really interesting, let me do this again over here. Diminishing golden curves. This also lines up with the extending cycle diminishing returns thing. Check this out. You got a little hump, parabolic rise, top. Excuse me. Right here. I don't know, little hump, parabolic rise, top. Right here. Little hump. I'm just saying. Are we going to get a parabolic rise at a top? Probably. Not financial advice, though. And we got Dem. This bull run feels weird. It's not even the real bull run yet. I believe we're in the extended phase. Things are heating up, but the real wave probably starts early 2026 once macro shifts and retail comes back. Altcoins that survive might see the biggest run in history. I really like that one. I like it so much I'm going to repost it because I agree with it that much. We've got Lofty posting the golden alt season starts on October 24th. I really like it when people post specific dates. My brain is like, ooh, okay, I'll buy right before that happens. And then nothing happens. Every single time. Eventually one will be right. That'll be the account that guy logs into every day. He's like, I'm a genius because I called the beginning of alt season. It's the same bullish setup again, and altcoin rally is inevitable for the shakeout. Every $50 in the right low caps today equals 50K by the end of Q4. I don't know if that's, I think it's the end of Q1, Q2, 2026. Not financial advice though. And last but not least, we got Mustache posting so much panic here. I wouldn't let myself be shaken out of the market. They have to make it look like it's over. That's how it was in 2017. That's how it was in 2021. And then suddenly everything happens very quickly. Wait and see. Very cool. Bitcoin 107,782 and 9 cents. Congratulations, JShare 2.0 once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down $303. 200, is it? No, it's $303. Yeah. Nope. It is $203. Is it 303? It's 303. I swear to God, I didn't do that on purpose. Currently, we still got Solana in profit. The rest are in the negative. Starting from the bottom, Fetch somehow continuing to drop. Currently down. What is this down? Where's the price again? Total value 31. $69. Nice. Aptos down 48. Shib down 37. Render down 35. Ondo down 30. Near down 29. Proppy down 25. Doge down 22. ADA down 19, and Sol up 7. Next we get the Memecoin portfolio, currently down $389. $389. A little bit of a recovery here. I wonder why that is. What's getting a bounce? Everything's red here. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down $153. SNEK is down $89. Pepe is down $59. WIF is down $52, and Doge is down $39. The Memecoin portfolio is the only one that I really feel like I struggle with. Narrative portfolio, next, my favorite, the most stable. This portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. We got 1 asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $60. VeChain is down $38. Mana is down $18. Pepe is down $4, and Tau is up 30. Tau is single-handedly carrying the entire portfolio, looking good. And then we got our perfect entry portfolio, built entirely by you guys, the community. This portfolio has a $1,000 initial investment. Every single coin was added one by one per dip when the world was ending and the market was over. We added a coin, $100 per coin, $1,000, 10 assets. We are currently down $190. We've got 2 assets in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down $45, Render's down $42, the Graph is down $33, Pith is down $30, Sui is down $23, Ondo's down $22, Crow is down $10, ETH is down $2, Sol is up 1 penny, and Chainlink is up $14.09. Portfolio holding up, honestly, holding up the best. Bitcoin still chilling, 107,735 and 58 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a space to get to, and then I'm gonna be going on. I believe I'm going on the blockchain brew today, so I'm gonna call it an evening. Congratulations, JShare 2.0 once again on your victory. Enjoy your homemade chocolate eclair. As always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Wednesday and good night.